It's the 14th, believe it or not, of May 2022. I'm Dana Durnford. I hope you're doing well. Unless you're in the nuclear industry, then you're a degenerate. You are killing our planets. Evil never takes a break, so we don't get to take a break, I guess. China talks over food import ban not held for over 1 year. You know, you can go all the way back to 2013, and you'll see Japan claiming China is going to take the radioactive food from a nuclear wasteland. What makes this incredible is that Beijing applied to join the trade deal formerly known as the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for the Trans-Pacific Partnership. And the trade agreement requires member countries not to unfairly restrict food imports. Now, why would you restrict food imports from anywhere? Well, because it's lethal, Dana. Japan is insane. You know, China should invade Japan, put an end to this nonsense, and protect the Japanese people. A Japanese government source says a positive mood for China's ascension to the deal cannot be created in Japan unless the issue of the import ban is resolved. So what they're trying to say is that China needs to import food from the nuclear wasteland and poison the entire population in order to join a trade organization. Listen, this is the definition of evilness. This is the definition of madness. And this is the definition of stupid. China might as well go ahead and invade Japan to save the Japanese people from the Japanese government and the nuclear industry. They're completely genocidal at this stage. They're completely out of control. Nuclear worldwide, the world should go to war against everybody in the nuclear industry. Like, in the near future, it'll be so common that you'll see stuff like win a case of pop by reporting a corrupt nuclear scientist, because everybody will be doing it for free. Would you eat food from this area? Would you walk down through this radiation with no protection? Would you even walk in this area? The answer is always going to be no. No, 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 no. It's like the whole story doesn't make any sense. How can the nuclear industry be this disgusting, this despicable, this out of control? They're growing food non-stop. They never stopped in a nuclear wasteland. And then won't let a country join. Now, China shouldn't be joining a trade organization with Japan. Why the frig would you want anything from Japan? Why would you want to join an organization so evil? And they don't. That's why China doesn't even respond to them. Talks between Japan and China over Beijing's import ban, which is appropriate, on Japanese food products, radioactive nuclear waste is more like it, have not been held for over a year. They weren't held at all. They haven't been held for 11 years. Sources, familiar sources. We see this word so much with Japan, don't we? No names, just sources. Bilateral relationships, told scumbag media. Would you eat food here? Would you stand on top of radioactive bags of nuclear waste? Would you let your loved ones go to work there? Would you send your children to work there? Sources. They're claiming they're checking all the bags with a Geiger counter, therefore. And by the way, they're only talking about checking for gamma, and they're only talking about checking for cesium on top of that. Why would you take food from scum, degenerate, mass murdering monsters like Japan? Why, I wouldn't buy a pencil from Japan at this stage. Japan, that's what the whole world needs to just embargo land, sea, and air embargoes against Japan. Japan is no longer a country. Japan is now a threat to all of humanity and 8 million species. In less than 1 year, they had an 865,000 extra cancers. Cancer is typically the last disease to show up from ingesting radiation. There's 1,800 other illnesses and diseases and autoimmune deficiencies and injuries and illnesses. Hi, everybody. How would you live in those houses? Would you eat the food grown in these fields? Would you go there and pick food? Would you go there and work there? The answer to all of these questions better be no. You better reevaluate your education if you said yes to any of those. Now, using a Geiger counter to check your food is you're going to find some, but you're not going to find the majority of it, or even close to it. Because the Geiger counter can only find gamma. It can't find alphas, neutrons, betas. In other words, it can't find uranium or plutonium or americium or neptunium, or the thousands of other fission products you better start worrying about. To Japan, request for resuming the talks. Resuming the talks of what? Of poisoning everybody in their country. What do you mean talks? Would you eat the food there? Would you grow food there? Would you drive that tractor and harvest food there? If the answer to any of that is yes, then you're an imbecile. You're actually stupid. It is uncertain when the ban will be lifted. Well, why would you lift a ban on radioactive nuclear wasteland in a couple of million years, maybe? Not that there'll be anybody left in the future. Look, Japan is so friggin' evil. The nuclear industry is so evil. Rather than evacuate the victims and the children, they gave them dosimeters that they can't even read. They got to be shipped to universities. In other words, to study the victims, like human lab rats. Like, there's only one possible outcome of this is genocide. It is uncertain when the ban will be lifted, with the deadlock possibility to affect discussions on China's ascension to a major Pacific free trade. So if China don't take food from a nuclear wasteland, they can't join an international trade organization. If China doesn't want to poison everybody, including themselves, by importing relentless amount of deadly food into their country, there is no safe limits. There's zero safe limits when radiation, man-made radiation. Again, you see the word sources. The sources don't go there and write on the bags the food is safe, will they? Go there and write on all of these bags the food is perfectly safe. In the wake of the Fukushima nuclear accident, what do you mean the wake of it? It has never stopped. It's never going to stop. Beijing banned imports of food. Of course, like 55 other countries, except for Canada, stupid Canada, idiot Canada. From Fukushima, several other prefectures, 8 other prefectures. Over the risk, does this look at risk over the guaranteed poisoning of the food? Japan, aka the nuclear industry, has been asking China to poison the people, of Japan to join a trade organization. Would you stand up there? Would you let your loved ones do that? If you think I'm wrong, would you go there and mark on all of those bags, Dana is wrong? Would you go there and pick up food and start chewing on it? No. Sources. Foreign ministers. So just a couple of people are going to make that decision, not the population. Remember last year, EU and United States media didn't report on the fact that a couple of people lifted all restrictions on radioactive food from ongoing multiple nuclear meltdowns that have permanently contaminated the entire biosphere. So why would you grow food in the nuclear wasteland itself? What kind of idiot thought that is a good idea? What kind of moron thinks that's acceptable? What kind of moron does it take? Why don't you go get a real job, scum? Of the two countries agreed in November 2020 to set up the panels, Tokyo aimed to expand sales of Japan's food in the Chinese market without the Chinese accepting it. With no agreement, they make plans to sell food in Beijing without Beijing saying, yeah, let's look at it. Would you work there? If the answer is yes, it means you're stupid. You're actually stupid. You should be sterilized so you can't have stupid children. So a couple of people sit around a table and make decisions whether they poison an entire country. You're stupid. You're stupid. Well, evil. You evil, disgusting, despicable cowards. You disgusting, despicable cowards. You revolting, sadistic, gutless, spineless, soulless cowards. You retarded fucking idiots. There, I said it. China did not agree to hold panel talks with scumbag Japan. And rightfully so. If I was China, I'd invade Japan and get rid of the nuclear industry, prosecute them, get rid of harvest their organs for people that need organs, and dispose of them. In an apparent protest of Japan's decision in April that year to release the treated radioactive water from the crippled. Every time I hear that word, I literally want to take a baseball bat to one of their heads. Does that look crippled to anybody? Whoever wrote the word cripple and nuclear should be prosecuted for crimes against humanity. China has banned imports of all food products from Fukushima and 8 neighboring prefectures. 55 countries banned it from 14 prefectures, not just Fukushima. Because that's the moral and ethical thing to do. China banned imports of all food products from 8 prefectures, which is being pretty good considering 55 countries banned it from 14 prefectures, I would think. In September, Beijing applied to join the trade deal formerly known as the Comprehensive Progressive Trade Agreements of the Trans-Pacific Partnership, but the agreement requires member countries to import food from a nuclear wasteland. It's disgusting. It's despicable. It's revolting. It's hideous. The Japanese government source said a positive mood for China's ascension of the deal cannot be created unless they import food from a nuclear wasteland. And China knows that Japan has polluted the entire planet with radioactive fallout. This model is only a 20-day model. Okay, well that's it. That's the show. Just want to put out a quick video because nobody else is going to. We got a poll where a couple of people actually voted yes, China should poison the entire country with Japan's deadly nuclear food to join the Trans-Pacific Partnership. So a couple of people are actually so stupid that they probably had to get somebody else to log into their computer to do that, because surely they can't do something like that. 71% figured it out and said, no, why would I want to import food from a nuclear wasteland for? Look, they're harvesting food right alongside of nuclear waste. Can you possibly get any more evil and stupider than that? Really? Like, it's impossible to imagine there's somebody stupid enough to actually do that. It defies, and both of these pictures are taken by drones on top of that, by themselves. Just prove that they're actually stupid. And there's a lot of stupid out there, because a couple of people voted that yes, China should poison China's entire population with Japanese deadly food to join a trade organization. A couple of people actually voted yes. Okay, well, there you go. That's the show. Evil doesn't take a day off. We don't deserve to get a day off. So we're going to be going 7 days a week for the rest of my life now. Thanks a lot, Japan, you piece of shit. You disgusting parasite. James Luce donated 125 Canadian last night. Thank you, James. It was desperately needed. I can't keep up with the expenses anymore. Furry Mitten wants to know, does Dana interact with the chat? Well, sometimes. You got to realize how much work it takes to do what I'm doing. I do read the chat after. Hi, everybody. Let me just do a quick shout out to the comments. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Don Vincent, Jerry Goldstein, Dana Nasana, John 23Zs, Chet Austin, I Do Not Bend to Power, Michael Roots, ignore Russia, man. That's nonsense what you're listening to over there. They're not going to use nuclear weapons. This is distraction. It's 100% distraction from the real stuff. Ryan Underwood. Darlene. Hi, Darlene. I just got your text. Thank you. But I was going live, so. I don't know if Furry got a question. Ryan Underwood says they should not join the CPTPP. Yep. Good day, everybody. Good night, everybody. Have a great night. Piece of shit, Japan. Of course, go fuck yourselves. You disgusting parasites on our planet in Japan. You coward society. Sort out your own shit instead of poisoning everybody, you stupid morons. You disgusting morons. Stop poisoning everybody, you scum. The nuclear industry. Your fucking time is up, you pieces of shit. You disgusting parasites. Poisoning the entire planet. Fuck you and your children and your family, you sack of shit. The world is coming for you in the near future, you disgusting parasites. You revolting, despicable cowards. And everybody else, God bless you. Hugs for everybody. Have a great night. Take care, folks.